Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is episode 13 of Riding Backwards Podcast. I'm Jason Klink, your host, and this podcast is based on all my years riding backwards in a fire engine and all my years in public safety, some personal opinions, and just sharing of my experiences. Please, I'd love it if you'd like, comment, and share. Share it wide because I'm trying to build a community around this small podcast. Speaking of community, one of the things that is very distinct about life in the firehouse and the firefighting service is that fire departments were always, or usually, the center of the community. And one of the things I was thinking about is growing up and as a young firefighter, there was 3 distinct events, especially in my volunteer firehouse, that you could count on when the fire department was interacting in a positive way with the community. One of the first couple of things was the casino nights, or smokers they used to call them, because cigarette smoking indoors used to be an accepted practice until it wasn't, and that's why they called them smokers, and then they turned into casino nights. These were an opportunity for fundraising for the fire department. People would come in, they could spin a wheel of fortune, so to say, or play some cards, anything that dealt with, gambling. And, it generally brought into the public inside the firehouse. And there was food available, drink available, beer, of course. But that's one of the first things that came to my mind, that those kind of events are long since gone. One of the other ones that have all but fizzled out are field days. And jokingly, we used to call them dirt days. But field days, we could count on, especially in my volunteer firehouse, the end of every summer. The first or second week in August, we would have our field days. The entire community, and then some, would come to the firehouse grounds. And, there was rides and food and beer and drinks and, all kinds of different events, bands that would play for entertainment. The fire departments would come and play push ball, or they do firematic events. And usually it was a 3-day event that you could count on every summer, and you would interact with everybody in the community. And then I think any firehouse, any fire department always participates in fire prevention activities in October. Many years. I would, go with a crew to elementary schools and middle schools and talk about fire prevention. And, interact with the school-age children, their teachers. And really, it was a great way to spread a positive message and share some information. That sense of community sometimes gets lost in the day-to-day, especially when we're not interacting with the community, especially in public safety, as much on a positive end as we're there when it's the worst day of their lives and trying to mitigate a situation. I think truly all organizations, especially us in public safety, need to get back that strong sense of community. I'd love to hear what you think. Put a comment on this podcast episode. We're at podcast 13 of Riding Backwards, and these are just short podcasts to share my insight and ideas and opinions, but I'd love to hear your comments on some of the community efforts that your public safety organization, or any organization, would take place or take part in every year. But with that, I hope that you guys are having a great day, but take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always be safe.